Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do a short animation. So we're going to do a tutorial on the short animation on where we have a cycle. We have something that keeps rotating or pendulum that keeps swinging. So it's the same animation that keeps repeating many times. So we're going to do that with a cylinder. So we create a cylinder on the front plan. There we are. And we give it some thickness. And then we're going to make sure these units make sense. So we have 60. Just because I'm obsessed about these things. And we're going to add some cap segments, so we're going to put 6. Oh, we're going to put, 6. 8. Sorry. Okay, so here we are. So now what you're going to do, we're going to turn this into an editable mesh, so we can view things happening. Editable poly, sorry. And then we're going to, now that we've done an editable poly, we're going to select polygons, and in this case we're going to go this select polygon, and you're going to detach it, and you're going to call it polygon 1, and you just so we can visualize it, that's all. So, and then when we select object, so we quit this, we back to object, we can go to object selection, and we select that polygon, and that polygon we're going to change its color so we can see where it is. Okay, so now we have this. So what you're going to do now, we're going to take all this and you're going to group it. Okay, we call it group 1. Yes, okay. So now we have this, we can then start doing our fun. So we select the object and we're going to animate it using set keys. So we set on the set key here, and we start at 0. We have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We set a key number 1. Then we go to 25, and we do a rotation, and we're going to do the rotation around the y-axis because it's from the front. So here we're going to put 90 degrees, and you're going to set a key here. Then we're going to go to 50, and we're going to do another rotation, and this time we're going to do 180 degrees, and you're going to set a key. And then we're going to go to 75, and you're going to have 270 degrees, and you're going to set a key. And then we're going to go to the 200, and you're going to set to 0, and we're back to square 1 and you set a key. Okay, so now we've created this. We can see our animation and the object is rotating. What's very important, because it's cyclical, when it starts and when it finishes, it's at the same point. Okay, so we've done this animation, and now we're going to do something else. First we need to save, of course. File, save. So we saved it as a technology number 5. Right, so the next thing we need to realize is if we click on the animation, it is doing what you want, which is going around and around and around. But it's going, the problem here, you have to think about time and you have to think about motion. So the blue element, the blue polygon, is going around the cylinder. Well, the whole cylinder is rotating, and you can follow the blue polygon. It's going around the way we want. But the problem is at the time it's going from 0 to 100, and then it's resetting to 0, which is not what you want. So there are a few tricks that you need to do before you can do a good animation. One of the tricks is that when it reaches the 100th, it's not actually it's not actually let me show you. So when you reach the 100 and you have, we go back to set keys. Oh God. We have to go back and have a look at what we have so far. So it's going from here to here, and we change this to 99, and we put the rotation, so we do a rotation of this, and sorry, 19, so 100 is here, and 99 it should be this is where we put 0. And what happens then is that if we set the key here, we have this. Okay. And then what we can do is we stop this. We can have a look at it from the curve editor. We can make this a little bit bigger. And we're only interested in the X rotation, in the Y rotation. And you can have a look at it and you can see what we have here. So as you can see, one of the trick we need to do is to come back to 0. So we're going to make this a bit faster. So we're going to move all these keyframe to 5. Just we can have a better view. So 5, and then 180 here, and then 270 here, and then just before 20, so one before 20, it's 360, so it's here. And then the trick is that this one is 0. Okay? And when you look at it from the animation perspective and you play it, so it's doing that. It's going around and it's going back to the top, which is what we want. Right. So the key, what we have animated is correct, and now what you're going to do is make a duplicate of this. So as you can see, the animation rotates only once. What we can do now is we can do it twice, for example, as an illustrative example. So we click on the curve editor again, which I love using, and we go to only the rotation because that's what matters to us, and you make sure it's fully visible. And then what you can do, we can do it in many ways. The first way we're going to do it, we're going to do it by adding keys. So we click to add remove keys, and then we add key every 5 because that's the measurement we've done. So we need 1, that's the 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go back to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 0. And then we can move them around, of course. So of course the first one is moved to this value, which is again the 90 degrees. The second one is moved to the 180 degrees. The third one is moved to 270 degrees. And interestingly, you can see the cylinder moving around when you look here. And then we move this one to 360 degrees. And in theory, if I've done my job properly, we have we should have the cylinder rotating twice. Let's have a look. So we have 1 rotation, 2 rotation. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. And now we're going to do it also, we're going to do it another way again. So we can do many ways to edit our animation and get our cylinder to rotate non-stop. One way is to just make it do the animation once, which we'll always need to do in the way I do my animations. And then we add keyframes on the curve editor, and we put them at the right angle so that we have the rotation looking like it's continuous. And so we have now 2 rotations instead of 1.